Hi Facebook, good morning. Welcome to the Recipe Renovator Kitchen. I'm Stephanie Weaver here in San Diego with my friend Brandon Matzek.
Hey, good morning.
From Kitchen Confidence with 2 Ks. And we're making Brandon's pumpkin chicken chili today. And he's going to be kind of directing me. So what do we have in the pot so far?
Okay, so we're starting off here with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, and then we've got half an onion, half a green bell pepper, and 3 garlic cloves. That's going to be a really flavorful base for the chili.
Got some nice aromatics going, and
yeah.
It is a rainy day in San Diego. It's tropical storm day, so it's actually super hot and muggy.
Humid.
So loving the steam because it's just making my skin just feel so excellent. So yeah. But we've got we're getting some nice color on this. Now, about how many minutes would be sauteing this?
So what we're looking for here is you want the vegetables to be soft, not really caramelized, they don't need to get any color. And that's going to be about 5 minutes.
Okay. So, and while we're waiting, maybe another minute or two, I'm thinking?
Yeah.
So, while we're waiting for this, you got a new ebook out. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I just launched a new ebook called The Breakfast Collection, and that was in partnership with the 30 Clean, which is a San Diego-based health and wellness company. So it's an entire ebook, 25 breakfast recipes that kind of fit their guidelines, which is similar to Whole30 paleo, kind of no refined grains, no sugar, no dairy. And
sounds like something Microwave Boy and I would love.
I think so.
Yeah.
And
what are a couple of examples of the recipes in there?
Okay, so the cover shot is this great prosciutto and greens frittata. And so it's got that nice, tasty prosciutto. And then on top, it's got a tomato salad with basil. So it's like a really good Italian frittata. So that's really good. There's a whole chapter on hashes. There's like a butternut squash hash.
We're all about the hash over here.
So good, especially this time of the year.
Is that looking like what we want?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what goes in next?
Okay, so next we're going to add 1.5 pounds of ground chicken.
Okay. And tell us about, now you make your own ground chicken, which I have never done before, so tell us how you do that.
I know, it might sound like it's complicated, but it's actually very simple. Okay. So I like to use my food processor, so you don't need a meat grinder. It's kind of like everyone, usually most people have a food processor. Yeah. And what you do is so this requires 1.5 pounds of ground chicken. Okay. So what I do is I get 1.5 pounds of chicken breast, and you can use like a mixer for chicken breast, chicken thighs, you can do all chicken thighs, and keep it out. Okay, just the meat, and then put it in the freezer for 20 minutes. And what that's going to do is it's going to firm it up so it doesn't become like a paste. And
that is the key.
Yeah.
The freezing. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just 20 minutes. It's not going to get rock hard. It's just going to firm it up.
Now, how much do I want to stir this?
Okay, so I would just stir it up. Okay, get it mixed in there with the onions and the bell peppers. And then just let it sit. Okay. So once it's kind of firmed up in the freezer, then you're going to add it to the food processor, blend it up, and then you have ground chicken.
Is that just you're just gently pulsing it?
Yeah, you pulse it for under a minute, and then you get this great texture. You know everything that's in your ground.
So there's no mystery meat in there.
No mystery meat.
We don't like mystery meat in the Recipe Renovator Kitchen. We want to know that we're eating meat from healthy animals. And you said you could also do a combination of chicken and bacon for burgers, or you could do turkey.
Yeah, so let's say maybe you're not making the chili, you want to make a turkey burger or a chicken burger. You could do 80% chicken and 20% bacon. I've got this recipe on my blog for Jorge's bacon cheeseburger. So it's actually 70% beef, 30% bacon, and we blend it all up in fresh in the food processor.
And you also freeze the bacon in that scenario?
Yeah, you freeze the bacon, you freeze beef, turkey, whatever it is.
Such a great tip, people.
Yeah,
I never thought of that. Okay, what are we looking for
now? You can see here, we've got some good caramelization there. So it's just, some browning. Okay. This isn't going to get very brown, but any little bit will help.
With flavor, right?
Yeah, with
brown
flavor.
Equals flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't want to, you said you don't want to over stir because you want it to be connected to the pan to get that caramelization.
Yeah, so what I like to do is I like to mix it up and then just let it sit for a couple minutes, and then it'll develop that.
And then you flip it over just so you're getting Hey, Hey, it's a live dog in the kitchen doing something unexpected. It's Facebook Live. Woohoo! All right. So we've got, that's Daisy, our dog, and we also have Junebug, her friend, is here, and they were playing wildly a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
they have settled down. Okay, so are we ready to do spices, do you think?
Almost. We got a little, let's flip that guy over there.
Okay. So we're looking for things to be a little bit more cooked than this. And so tell us about your blog. What's what's your point of view on your blog, and how long have you been doing the blog?
Yeah. So I started Kitchen Confidence back in 2010. So it's been,
I started too.
Yeah. And the main focus of the blog is like kind of fresh seasonal recipes. There's a lot of fresh produce, vegetables, fruits, and I try to just work within the season. So right now we're getting into fall, and we've got this great pumpkin chicken chili. So pumpkin is a, ubiquitous ingredient here during the fall. Yeah. And this isn't quite pumpkin spice chili, so we're not getting into that territory. We are adding spices, but they are not the typical pumpkin pie spice. So I have been posting like these great
And you also do like a lot of entertaining stuff, so cocktails, which I don't do because I'm migraine friendly, and so we don't do alcohol, but he has really fun cocktails and appetizers and desserts. Yeah. So it's fun. It's a fun blog. Okay, so tell us about what's in the spices here. And I'm going to have to loosen these up because of the steam.
Yeah.
So what do we got in the spice blend here?
Okay, so what you're looking at here, there's 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and there's actually 2 different chili powders in the blend. So one's ancho chili, which is kind of has like a sweeter, raisiny flavor. It's like a little more of a dried fruit flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's got a New Mexican, 1 tablespoon of ground New Mexican chili, which is a little brighter. It's a little more spicy, but not too spicy. Then we've got
the chili coming out.
Yeah. Then we've got a pinch of red pepper flakes. That can be added to taste. That's where you're going to get your heat from. So if you like it super spicy, add 2 pinches.
So the ancho and the New Mexico are actually not spicy. They're the dried peppers, but they're more of a sweet. And then so that's how it's so great about making your own spice blends instead of buying the packet, which we were talking about in the grocery store, is you can decide how hot and spicy you want it. So you want more spice, you do more red pepper flakes, or you could even do some chipotle or cayenne. Yeah, whoops.
Then another thing is to keep in mind is that if you can't find the ground ancho or the ground New Mexican chili, you can always just use chili powder, the regular chili powder that you can find pretty much anywhere.
Right, which is not spicy. So if you do want your chili spicy, you will have to add the red pepper flakes. And even those packets that they give you at the pizza place are totally fine. Like, you don't even have to go out and buy a big container of red pepper flakes. You can just swipe one of those from a pizza place if you want.
So also in that blend, there was ground cumin and some salt and pepper.
And cumin has kind of an earthy flavor, kind of a little bit nutty in there. Grassy.
Yeah.
So it's very common in Mexican food. And do I want to break the meat up a little bit? So it's
it could be.
Big a chunks? Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
And you see how we've got this great color both from cooking it as well as from the spices. So now we're going to be ready to deglaze our pan.
Now it's getting exciting.
Now it's getting interesting. So this is Omission beer. It's a gluten-free beer. It's a lager that we're using. And so just as a note that if you are celiac, you still need to double check with this company to see if it's going to work for you. I have non-celiac gluten sensitivity, so this is fine for me. They do remove the gluten from the beer, but you have to decide for yourself if it's going to work for you or not. But so you could skip the beer if you're celiac and you can't find a beer that you feel comfortable with. But this is what we're going to be using. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the meat out first, and then we're going to use that to deglaze our pan. So we're going to switch.
Okay.
And have you hold.
So we'll unplug this guy?
Yes, unplug that guy. Oh, just pull him out.
Okay.
There you go. And then we're going to do a transfer here. Perfect. So he's holding, I'm stirring. This thing's really hot, so we just need to make sure we don't burn ourselves. Because it's live. It smells so good, too. Got the spices, now I'm smelling the onion and the pepper a little bit. Okay, Okay, now we're going to put that back down, pour our beer in there, kind of
pull up some of the flavor that was on the bottom.
Yeah, so this, if you were still cooking it, would be called deglazing, which means you're getting all those good, yummy bits, brown bits and flavor off the bottom. And even though the heat is off, this pan is still really warm, so we're still kind of getting that. And now I'm really smelling the beer, which is
Yeah, and just a quick note about the beer. In the original recipe, I used pumpkin beer, so that's just one of the 2 pumpkin flavors that are in the recipe. So pumpkin beer is pretty readily available this time of the year, and
all right.
Okay.
And what? Yeah, and what else are we adding? We're adding fire roasted
tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you don't have a gluten sensitivity, feel free to use the pumpkin beer.
Perfect.
And that's really going to add some additional spice.
Here's our pumpkin.
Yeah, that's canned pumpkin.
Canned pumpkin. Okay.
Okay, that's going to add some body, some sweetness, some earthiness.
Okay.
All right.
Stir it in, and then so why did you choose the red kidney beans for this recipe? Was there a reason specifically for that?
You know, I think it's just a good chili bean.
It's a good chili bean.
Yeah, it holds up to the flavors. One other quick thing I'll mention too is if you don't want to use the beer, you still need to add some liquid.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not going to use the beer, you definitely want to either add water or like chicken stock or vegetable stock.
Okay. So these red. So is this like a can of?
That's 1 can.
Red kidney beans. Now, I'm not going to add these today, and this is how we're customizing it, is we're not eating so many beans anymore. So we're going to leave those out, but the one that we're tasting has beans in it. And then this is what goes on the stove at this point, right?
Yeah. So that's going to go on the stove. You bring it up to a simmer, okay? And then it's going to simmer for about 30 minutes, just to let all those flavors mix and mingle together.
Nice. Okay, and we have a finished product.
Yeah, do we want to...
Through the magic of television, Brandon has already made an entire pot of chili for us to taste. Okay, so this has been on the stove. It's nice and warm. You can see how beautifully, cooked it is. And now we're going to talk about, so if you're vegetarian, obviously you can make this without the chicken. It's not pumpkin chicken chili, but you can have all these other great flavors.
Yeah, you can add more beans.
You could add more beans. See what else? Yeah, what else could we add? I probably would just do beans if I was doing this vegetarian.
You know, it might be a fun addition is adding some roasted whole pumpkin or roasted butternut squash.
That would be really good. So, so our toppings. And then the last step before you serve is you're adding your acid, right? So tell us about that real quick.
Sure. So
Allison says it looks good, making me hungry.
Thanks, Allison. Hi.
I'm with Allison.
I am hungry. After it simmers for 30 minutes, then you're going to want to just do your final seasoning.
Okay.
So how I like to do that is I like to add the salt and to taste, and then also season with some acid. So for something like this, where it's like a kind of a rich chili, I like to use red wine vinegar.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so it's about 1.5 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and what that's going to do is it's going to lift all the flavors, so it's going to just kind of cut through some of the richness.
And brighten it a little bit,
Yeah, brighten it up. Great. And then what I find is that when you season with acid, you actually don't have to add as much salt.
Oh, this is a good tip.
Yeah, so often what's missing is that like little zip of
the brightness, right? And as you guys know, I do low sodium, so we did less salt in this recipe. I would actually make the recipe without any salt at all. So Brandon's probably going to be using regular sour cream on his. I made some cashew sour cream, which is just cashews and lemon juice and a little bit of sea salt because I love the dairy creaminess, but just can't do dairy. And then our other toppings are some scallions. For a little bit of freshness, some roasted pumpkin seeds or pepitas. Can I throw some pepitas on there for you? Okay. Some cilantro. Now, you cilantro haters don't have to put it in. Okay, we understand it's a genetic thing. It tastes like soap to you, and you think it's gross, and we understand. It's really okay. You could do parsley because for freshness, I think it's nice to have a little bit of greenery in there.
Yeah, you can even just add more sliced green onion. That's
and
going to
then
do
a little bit of lime.
Yeah.
Is an additional acidity.
Mm-hmm.
Say that 3 times fast, Facebook. All right. And then we're going to give it a taste here. So, yum. Dude, that is really good. Pumpkin chicken chili. Who would have thought, people?
Perfect.
It is so good. Super rich. Super fresh tasting. No mystery meat. Mm-hmm. Thank you so
much. It's perfect for like a fall.
We're already
cool
boiling.
Fall. Oh wow. Cool fall day. So you can you can find this recipe on kitchenconfidence.com.
With 2 Ks.
Yeah, so confidence is spelled with a K. And you can also find me on Facebook, so facebook.com/kitchenconfidence, and Instagram, where I'm at Brandiego. So that's like Brandon.
From San Diego.
From San Diego, Brandiego.
Yeah. So we're going to be posting Brandon's recipe on my Facebook Live page, which is Stephanie Weaver, MPH. Also check out reciperenovator.com for 325 healthy recipes suitable for all kinds of special diet needs. And my book, My Brain Relief Plan, will be out in February. But Brandon's new breakfast collection is available now for $10, people. Get some healthy breakfast recipes. So delicious.
Yeah, just visit my homepage on kitchenconfidence.com. You'll see an article about the ebook where you can get all the details.
Perfect. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We appreciate you being here. Thanks, Brandon. Good to see you. Thanks for being in the kitchen. Bye, guys.